big things when you get these smaller lots is actually put yourself in a buyer's shoes. It's funny, and it works the same way with housing, and we're very religious about staging housing with even virtual staging. So we don't necessarily go real staging, but to show a space with furniture in it, people can stand in it, look at the listing photos, and see where they would put their furniture. It really paints a picture. Same thing goes with land, wouldn't you know it? Welcome back to REI Hot Seat. Andrew Hines here for a special episode. I am not in my normal setting right now. If you're watching one of the video versions, I am in sunny Florida, although you can't tell it from the office surroundings. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the deals we recently closed in our business. I know a lot of people just talk about the big deals. I've certainly talked about some of the larger ones we do, but we also do a number of just small little deals. I'll call them singles. This is the type of deal that we don't aim to go get, but when they come across our desk, we don't say no. And I'm going to show you that one right here. I'm actually going to look it up live with you right now because I meant to pull that up on the tab, but I didn't. So I'll just see if I can find the exact address. And so this is the lot here. It's in Citrus County, Florida, Inverness, Florida. A place I've never been, but that's actually true for pretty well every single deal we've done in Florida since we started this a year ago. And this one we were fortunate enough to get for just $12,000. It's actually pretty crazy that you can buy a piece of land like that. The size of it escapes me, but I believe we're right around a half-acre, just over a half-acre on this one. And when we ran the comps at the time and spoke with a local realtor about it, he was very confident we should get right around $30,000, and that actually is where we got. And I'm going to go through sort of the logic and thought process when we do deals like this, how we're structuring ourselves to not make a mistake, not get burned. And I know lots of people are interested in cash flowing properties, but hey, a flip is fun too. Flips are good when they make you a bit of money, and yeah, just figured I'd share my experience. So this is roughly what the lot looked like. Obviously lots of trees, lots of small growth. So one of the things we did, and one of the reasons I love land is there's very little to do, if anything. One of the things we did do here is we paid a guy with a mulcher to go in and clear, like say 100 by 100 square in the middle of the property plus a driveway in, so that people could visualize where they would put a house. And that's one of the things, we've done a number of these deals where it's really become clear that we got to clear them. And I think we've cleared 3 or 4 lots now. And we've noticed that they do get more action after they get cleared. I just did another one, which also recently sold. Hasn't closed yet, but we got that one cleared last Monday. We had 2 offers as of yesterday. So we verbally accepted the other one, or we verbally accepted one of those offers. That's why I say it's sold, although we still got to sign it. But that's how big of a difference it can make. It's kind of like staging a house. So I couldn't speak highly enough of doing that. There is a cost. We're usually spending $2,000 to $4,500 to do that, but I really do think it's worth it. And we're actually going to start just doing that as a rule going forward. But as you can see, very densely filled in this lot, and when somebody's thinking about buying something like that, they're gonna look at that and they're just gonna get maybe overwhelmed. And it's not even a conscious thing; it's a subconscious thing. Oh, let's just look at another one. Then they go look at another one that's wide open. Oh yeah, I can picture it. I know where our house would go. So yes, a lot of these type of lots when we buy them, again, we don't set out to buy them, but when they come across our desk, if we can get it for 50 cents on the dollar, 40 cents on the dollar, we'll buy it, and hope for the best. And if it happens to sell less than 100% of what we think it's worth, or we get 80%, we're okay with that because we got a good spread. And that's sort of how this one went. So we got it at $12,000. We sold it. Let's take a look. I got the settlement statements right here. This is what we bought it for. So to close the deal, we had to pay $12,687, and when we sold it, the selling price was $27,500, and we got $23,761. So after realtor commissions, all the closing fees you got to pay, and that doesn't take into account our marketing and our team, but give you an idea. So this is how this breaks down for us. So I usually just track it really simply. What did I have to send to the title company, and what did I get back? The title company pays any back taxes owing, or all the other stuff. They pay the realtors. So this is just easy math for me. and you see just how funny it is. It's a flip. I have a couple of lines. I don't have any utilities. There's no internet. It's just I paid lot clearing, and we had some interest to hold the property. And gross profit on this one, so nothing huge, 73, 75. But when you start getting like 3 or 4 deals like that closing in a week, which our last couple of weeks, it's like buying season right now. It's been busy, and we're getting a lot of these little ones trickling in. They add up, so you mix in the big ones with them, and it can get really fun. And that's kind of where we're at right now, really enjoying the process. So as I mentioned, the big things when you get these smaller lots is actually put yourself in a buyer's shoes. It's funny, and it works the same way with housing, and we're very religious about staging housing with even virtual staging. So we don't necessarily go real staging, but to show a space with furniture in it, people can stand in it, look at the listing photos, and see where they would put their furniture. It really paints a picture. Same thing goes with land, wouldn't you know it? So just high level, what are we looking for in the land business? For those of you who haven't followed me before or heard me talk about this before, I really like land because, as I said before, you don't have to do much to it. You can just buy a piece of land and then list it for sale the next day, and that's exactly what we've done. We've lined up realtors so many times where they've already looked at the property, valued it, everything, we close, it's listed the next day. Sometimes when we're not super confident in a property, we'll actually list it before we even own it. We get permission to market it, and we do what's called a double close. I've talked about that. Check back in other episodes, you'll find it. And that's just when we basically sign an offer to purchase, list it for sale, and we get a offer to buy it from us for hire. And if we like the offer, we'll set it up with a title company and close. So it really is that simple. It's kind of, I got lots of stories about that. We can get into that on other episodes, but that's the idea of what we do with land. It's simple. Land is something people are always going to need. But with that said, the caveat is people don't need it like they need a house. Yes, you need land to put a house on, but a house is move-in ready, land isn't. So your buyer pool for land is obviously much smaller, but raw vacant land also doesn't trade in the abundance of quantity that houses do. So things to keep in mind if you're interested in trading land, but I would say this is a perfect example of why buying land is awesome. We didn't have to do anything here. I issued a couple of electronic payments. I signed documents digitally for the title company, and then we're done. And I did have to, actually on sale, I did have to notarize a couple of documents. So we are weighing that. We're actually thinking about, because Matt and I do so much of this, we're actually thinking about appointing somebody with a power of attorney who can actually sign all these sales packages for us, because it sounds funny because it's just a little thing and it doesn't take very much time. But when you add that into my schedule and Matt's schedule, where we do a lot of little things, you just don't want that. I don't want that minutia. So I'm actually in the process of even delegating that out, which I think would be a huge thing, just to allow us to focus our energy on growing the business and going to the next level and producing content. So anyways, that's all I wanted to share for this one. Just a short and sweet. What have I been up to? Since I don't have Dave and Jake with me here, we're going to start doing some Zoom sessions because I'm going to be in Florida for a few weeks. We'll do some Zoom sessions, get back to the normal programming, and then when we get back to the office, we actually have a brand new studio that I'm moving into. So it's going to be an interesting time. But like I said, I figured while those guys aren't here, I'll tell you a little bit about what I've been up to. There's so much more I could get into, but I just figured I'd keep this one focused. Thanks for checking it out. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Maybe send it to somebody you think you could benefit. And if you've enjoyed your experience with the show in general and the value that the Investments Group team brings to the show, take a moment and actually join their list, their insiders list, and that gives you an opportunity to get put on the list for off-market deals. A lot of what goes through their office is off-market. Gives you a chance to see that stuff and then get in contact with them, and they can help you in your buying strategy. So buying or selling. Anyways, thank you very much for tuning in, and I will see you again next week.